Assalamu alaikum. How are you, everybody? Hello to everyone who are here and will join us. First, before we start, yes, uh, we are waiting for people to join, and maybe later the link is there. Yes. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum. How
Assalamu
are you, brother?
alaikum. Alhamdulillah. I'm fine. How about you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good, doing good as well. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Very good. Uh, I
Thank you.
have. I don't know if I have. You have been on a stream before, no? I don't remember.
No, no, this is my first time.
You're
I'm the one
welcome.
actually. Thank you, brother. I'm actually the one who asked you for a shahada. If I could take
Yeah,
a
yeah.
shahada.
All right. Yes, of course. You're welcome. We have to celebrate that.
Thank
Yes,
you.
of course. Yeah, would you like to take it? You do. Can you do it yourself, or you want me to help you?
Well, I know the the words I have to say, but I think yeah, it has to be in front of a witness. So yes.
Yeah, yeah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
Ashadu Allah illallah.
Yeah, ashhadu an ilaha illallah.
Ashadu Allah
An an ilaha illallah.
Allah ilaha illallah.
Yeah. Wa ashhadu
Wa ashadu
Muhammadan
Muhammadan
Rasulullah.
Rasulullah.
Yes, you bear witness that Allah is the God and Prophet Muhammad was his messenger. You're welcome, my
I
brother. Yes.
I bear witness that there's only one God, uh, that is Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger.
Yes, yes, very good. But I have to say something as well that mostly it is important between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay? And because even if you say it in front of everybody and you do not follow God's commands, then because mostly that's one of the commands that you are following. So there will come a lot of other commands like doing good deeds and taking care of orphans. Of course, nowadays is a little bit that was in the past. Nowadays is especially in countries that we are living, developed countries, such a things are the government take care of them. Of course, whatever charity you can do, anywhere. So that's also one of the obligations, and there are many other things. So those are very important. It's not just, for example, I have to say that there are many Muslims who, pray and fast, but they don't follow those most important commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, the man who is praying, fasting, going to Hajj, but his car collection is $1 billion, that
Hmm.
person is not a true Muslim, because
Yes.
I have to say something also that about some people say, for example, uh, they say that Ahmadiyya are not Muslim. So for me, Muslim, my understanding of Islam is that as long as you follow his commands, because Islam means submission to his commands. A Muslim is submitting to God's commands. Okay, so as long as you follow his commands, you are a Muslim. Sorry, even an atheist who do good deeds, that's God's commands. So he is that much is a Muslim, but he's not a perfect Muslim, okay? Because he's following God's commands. He doesn't do bad deeds. For example, he's not going to kill people. He's not going to harm people. And
Yeah.
I have heard, hadith that says Prophet Muhammad says Muslim is the one whose people are saved from his tongue and from his hands. Okay, so it means that if somebody is safe, if somebody, for example, this mu'minun that Quran mentioned all the time, is reality not somebody who believes, somebody who's safe, somebody who is not harming people. Okay, so these are the mu'minun that Quran mentioned all the time, not believers. Okay, there are believers who do worse things, like ISIS, Taliban, all these people who say they believe, but they are worse people. So in the sight of Allah, as Quran says, those who do good deeds, the more good deeds you do, the better you are in the sight of Allah. Okay, so no matter what you are, He says, "Oh mankind." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks to mankind. Okay, so whatever you believe in, the more you sacrifice for people, the more good deeds you do, the better you are in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you are a Taliban and you do all these bad deeds, harming people, oppressing people, which people run away from you like that, hanging on the airplanes to run away from you. So you are not a Muslim. That's not Islam. Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Actually,
Mhm.
now that you mentioned Ahmadiyya, I some months ago I
Yes.
actually took the Shahada with them, but then once I became Ahmadiyya, I started investigating more about their doctrine and what people say about them and all that, and
Mhm.
that's why I decided to retake the Shahada with your
All right.
because
Yes. I understand. Yeah, I just have to say that I definitely disagree with Ahmadiyya on certain things. For example, that this guy, Mr. Mirza, was, I don't know,
Mirza Ghulam.
Mahdi, Mirza Ghulam. Yeah,
Mirza
he was Mahdi. Yes. I disagree with them. I believe that he was a charlatan. Okay, he fooled them
Yeah,
because I myself, I have said it many times, I don't believe that Mahdi will come. I believe that we are all Mahdi, every one of us, all of us who fight for equality. A leader, it is in reality, the name is leader of the time as well. Okay, a leader who save people from oppression in any country, any community, that person is the Mahdi of that society. Okay, so the Mahdi concept is that there is a way out of this oppression, there is a way out of this jungle we are living in. So that Mahdi didn't do anything, he didn't change anything, so he was a liar. Okay, he fooled people. He just created a sect, and his family, they are well off now, they are living like kings. Okay, so
yeah,
so that's why I disagree with them. But if the followers doing good deeds, that's good. Okay, so on that part, they are Muslim. As much as they are doing good deeds, they are Muslims. Okay, and I said that even a disbeliever who doing good deeds is a Muslim because he's following God's commands. Yes, brother. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say actually, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, especially after I read his story and a little bit of his books, because he did write a lot of books. Um, I agree that he wasn't who he claimed to be. The Mehdi or
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
coming of Jesus. Um, but I also noticed that their Shahada is actually much longer because I remember when I took it a couple months ago,
Okay.
it was
Yeah.
uh, I mean the same, but then they had like another words that you had to say. It was like you have to say Mirza Ghulam is the
Ah.
messenger of
Yeah.
God. It
Okay.
was
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Another thing is that Quran
Like,
says that, yes, Quran says that Prophet Muhammad was the last one, the seal of all prophets. So that
the
goes
seal.
against, yes, that goes against Quran as well. That he
Yes.
claimed to be, another. And I don't believe, I have said, I don't believe that anybody will come, not even Jesus, not Mahdi. I believe that God, if God was going to send somebody, He would have sent that person thousands of years ago. God wanted us to get out of this jungle ourselves by His guidance. He didn't even
Yes.
send a help to prophets. Prophets, even Prophet Muhammad, he was attacked, and God could easily help them and kill all the the kuffar. But He wanted
Yeah.
that people fight themselves. He has given us the way out of the jungle. It is we who must go out of the jungle ourselves. Otherwise, the creation, the meaning of creation will be useless. Okay,
Let me.
because
Uh,
yes, please,
no, no. I just had a quick question.
yes, please,
Because I know you have like a more neutral position when it comes to Sunni Shia. You know, you're like more neutral. But
yes.
based on based on the history, right? You know, if you look at the entire history, if you had to choose, which one has more argument over the other? If you had to choose,
Um, I mean,
if you had,
yeah. The thing is that they are both following Quran. Okay, they are both following Quran, and they have some disagreements. Okay, on something. For example, I don't like Shias. They have these shrines and they go kind of worshiping them, something like that. I don't like that. I like more Sunnis where they just, when they bury their dead, they just bury them. They are not, they are equal. So this is more in line with Quran, I believe. But there are
yeah,
some dispute between Shia and Sunni about, for example, Sunnis, they say Muawiyah, they call Muawiyah as well, radiallah. But Shias are against him. And I agree with that because Muawiyah was the enemy of the fourth caliph, the closest companion of Prophet Muhammad. He fought, he killed many Muslims, okay? And his
really,
son, yes, no, he killed people, but Ali radiallahu was killed by somebody else because of course, it was because of Muawiyah as well, but he was killed by somebody called Ibn Muljam. Okay, and his son Yazid killed Prophet's grandson Hussein. Okay, and his
yeah,
follower 72. So they were a bunch of oppressor. So I do not agree with Sunni Muslim that say no, we don't have to say anything against them. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cursed people like them. Says call them munafiqun. He cursed them.
yeah.
So when Allah cursed them, so why I cannot say that they were wrong? They were oppressors, So I disagree with both of them in something. All right.
That was the Battle of Karbala.
Yeah.
I
The
think
Battle of Karbala. Yes. That grandson of the Prophet was killed, and his followers, 72 people.
very sad event.
Yeah. So I mean, this uh, fight has been going on everywhere throughout history, in everywhere on the planet between oppressed and oppressors. So
Yeah,
yeah, that was one of them as well. I see the hourglass is here. Please join us, brother. And you said that you tried to send me the link. You can put it here on this StreamYard. Yes, I know that uh, YouTube, you know, censor,
they blocked.
yes, block
Yeah,
certain, links. So you can put it here because brother says that somebody was attacking somebody, so he wants that we go through that video, and then after that, I would like that we go also through the debate between Daniel Isis Jew and Dr. Hashim. You know, and really he was revealing this guy that he really is an ISIS guy. Okay,
yeah,
is what is it, Daniel? And I have been
yeah,
calling him Daniel Isis Jew many years, and he was giving several facts. I don't know if you saw the debate.
yeah,
But
yeah. I watched both debates of Dr.
yeah,
Javad versus Daniel. Yeah,
yeah,
both debates.
yeah, yes.
Javad won, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean that this Daniel was. I mean, he gave his message, and it was great. So I don't maybe win or whatever. I just say that he revealed him with good facts, evidence that Daniel is, a crap person, and he's an enemy of Islam. The enemies of Islam, they prize him, and I have said many times that Islamophobes are on their side, and these extremists, they are on the side of Islamophobes. So they are enemies of Islam. Every Islamophobe say that they are true Muslims. Islam is exactly what they say.
Yeah, yeah. I actually I remember one of your debates with Apostate Prophet and Nuria Khan, where you told the Apostate Prophet that. I remember, yeah.
Yes, exactly. I said that you guys are the same. You both say that Islam is this, and yes, you are. And then, yes, they are also promoting this radical, barbaric Islam, unfortunately, to, to damage Islam. So, yes,
You know
please.
what I think? Sometimes I think that a lot of the ex-Muslims, a lot of them, um, leave Islam and they have this opinion about Islam because they had a bad experience while they were
Hmm.
Muslim. I
Yeah,
think that's one of the main reasons why they hate it so much once
yeah,
they
yeah,
become atheists.
yeah, yeah. Actually, I have to say, yes, of course, they have left, but some of them make it like their business, now. Like AP, in my first debate with him, it was on his channel. He liked
Yeah,
it. He said that although I don't believe this is Islam, but I wish you good luck. It is a better version and so on. Yeah. But later he went and he was thinking perhaps that, oh, if I accept that there is a good version of Islam, then I lose my, you know, my job or and my followers. So that's why next debate he start to, change totally and become enemy. And yeah, so that's why I was harsh on him, because I realized that he is not looking for the truth. He is just looking for his, he is taking care of his job only, unfortunately. Because I realized that he's not honest in his position, that he just, misunderstood Islam or whatever.
I see. Okay.
Yes. Where do you live,
That,
brother, if I may ask?
I'm sorry,
Brother?
you broke up there. One more time, brother.
Okay. I just ask which country you are from.
Oh, me, I'm originally from. I was born in Argentina. I'm from Argentina, but my parents they are from Macedonia. They're Albanian Macedonians.
All right. Okay. So, and you are living in Argentina, or?
Argentina, that's correct.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So now there must be nice weather.
Yeah, yeah, really, really nice weather.
All right. Yes. We are living
Really nice
in. Yes, we are living in North Pole.
in North
Yeah.
Pole.
I mean, really, I just, we are living in Sweden. Yeah. But unfortunately, uh, it is the middle of summer, middle of July. It is middle of summer. And last night I was, under two blanket. I was freezing. Can you imagine?
In the
In
middle of
the
summer.
in the middle of summer, in the morning when I went out, I should wear sweater because it was
Hmm.
cold. Yeah. So it
Wow,
is. Yeah, I can say it is North Pole. Yeah, we are living in North Pole. Mm.
terrible, terrible.
Yes,
But I
terrible.
mean,
Yes.
Sweden is a good country. System wise, it has a good system.
Sorry. Once again, it has what?
Oh, I was saying Sweden is a good country. It has a good system.
Yeah. That's great, of course. Yeah, but the thing is that I say kind of 9 months winter cold, and you wait
Mhm.
for summer that you can swim, and then it comes like this. You get disappointed. It is not all about a good system. You need also some variety of weather, so that you can take the winter time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well,
So meanwhile, until our glass join us and so on, or others, maybe we can we go through that debate together
uh,
with Daniel debate?
oh yes, sure, sure.
Yeah. We can check that together. Let me see. Share
Yes.
screen. Uh, Let me see. Where's that two Muslims? Okay.
Because after the events of 1857, which was like the 9/11
Things
of that time,
things
the rebellion.
Sorry. Sorry. Once again. Do you hear it? brother?
Thank you for being a witness for the Shah.
You are breaking up a little bit. Sorry, once again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I was saying, thank you for being a witness for my Shahada. Thank you.
You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. Thank you for doing it here, my brother. Thank you for doing it here. Okay, shall we play now? Yeah, shall we play now?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And jihad was viciously put down by the British, and the Indian Muslims were targeted by the British. After this, all major Indian Muslim leaders realized the futility of jihad against the British at that time, and they all turned loyalists. Moreover, because it was different in India, is because of the Hindu majority. Sir Syed feared repression by the British, which would target Muslims, and the rise of the Hindu Raj, which would leave if the British were to leave India. That's why he cultivated this relationship with the British. Sir Syed criticized the racism of British rule and called for constitutionalism and increased representation for Indian Muslims. Daniel has selectively and misleadingly quoted him. Most of those are internal critiques, and some of them are sarcastic comments that he's actually making. Daniel is not an academic or a fair historian. And anyways, the ulama at that time in India were also loyalists and quietists. Again, you can see the academic citations on Modern Day Debate, not on Daniel's channel because he's too scared. So did European colonialists want to reform Islam? Yes, some of them did say that, but actually most of them said that there's no such thing as reforming Islam. Reformed Islam is Islam no longer. It is something else. In fact, it was the Islamic moderates who took up Enlightenment ideals of liberty and human rights and demanded them from the Europeans. So they didn't really like this. In fact, what the European colonialists did support, with the British especially, they promoted Salafi Wahhabism, which is the ideology that Daniel follows. He says a Hanbali. In fact, Daniel talks about the Rand report. I know the fundamentalists love the Rand report. These are the two Rand reports that they use, and they get a lot of mileage out of them. I actually contacted the author of these reports, and she confirms what I suspected, that these two reports are actually her protesting against the long-standing U.S. government policy of supporting the extremists and the fundamentalists, the mujahideen, at the expense of other societal segments. So these reports, these two reports that they cite and get so much mileage out of, are actually the exception, not the rule. The rule, in fact, has been the exact opposite. You read these two books if you want to know what the rule is. The rule is that they always support the fundamentalists. So the British are the ones who sent spies and agents, just like Daniel, to go into Saudi Arabia and support these forces against the Ottoman Empire. This was Sheikh Abdullah, who also cosplayed Islam, just like Daniel does. And here's Ibn Saud, who was actually on the payroll of the British, £100,000 a year. This is the guy who helped spread Wahhabism around the world. And this alliance, Saudi-British alliance, has continued ever since. And these are the real Rand Muslims, these traditionalist-minded masses and autocrats. This is who the West, the United States, and the UK have supported. And this alliance has a long, long history and is reaffirmed by every single American president. And that's because they saw Islamism as a bulwark against communism. So they support.
Yeah, it is exactly what, exactly what I've been saying, that in 1979, when we Iranian made a revolution against the former dictator, and we had two options, left groups and Ayatollah fascist ISIS Khomeini. So unfortunately, they chose ISIS regime of Iran over the left groups, despite they were, not brutal. They were going to take care of people, give them freedom and so on. But because they were afraid that these groups, they joined Soviet Union, so they preferred to help Khomeini to take the power. Yes.
That was in Iran.
Yes, in 1979. Yes.
But how was the situation prior to the revolution in Iran, during the Shah period?
Yeah, okay. During the Shah was also, he was a dictator. He was, there was no any freedom of speech, and people were afraid to say anything. But of course, it was much better than this current regime, because he, at least their people had the social freedom. They didn't have political freedom, but they had social freedom, and he wasn't able to massacre political prisoners like Khomeini do, because he had a master. The master was USA, and USA wasn't allowing him to kill so much, So they couldn't support such a brutal dictator directly. That's why they that debate was great. Yes. Anyway, thank you, Hourglass. Yeah. So anyway, yes, they. What is it? That was a bad regime, and we wanted democracy, and so we made a revolution against that dictatorship. But unfortunately, from a little hole, we fell in a very, very deep hole by the help of the USA and UK. And still, all these years, they support this regime. They don't want that the regime fall. You must be Iranian to see all this, They support the regime in different ways. I continue to play this.
Supported right-wing Islamism against the Soviet Union. And they even wanted a Muslim version of Billy Graham that's like a Zakir Naik or like a Daniel Hakikachu. They didn't want secularism and they didn't want religious modernism. And again, look at the slides on modern day debate because Daniel's too scared to show them. But here you see that they're all talking about if Islam is undermined and people are modernized, then they'll leave that religious passion, which is a good bulwark against communism. So this is the long-standing support of Islamism around the globe by the US and the UK. The US and the UK propped up Wahhabi Saudi Arabia and encouraged the spread of Wahhabi Salafi Islam, the brand of Islam that Daniel follows. In Egypt, the US and UK supported the Muslim Brotherhood against the Arab nationalists, leftists, socialists, and liberals. In Iran during the 1950s, the US supported the mullahs against the socialist nationalists and even overthrew the leftist nationalist leader supporting Ayatollah Kashani, Khomeini's spiritual godfather. In the 1950s, Indonesia.
You see that that's of course was 1950 also. Yes, 1950s also they brought down our democratic elected prime minister Dr. Mossadegh in 1953. So he mentioned that one also. Let's see he continue what he says.
The US-UK supported a brutal Islamist rebellion against Sukarno, a nationalist leader. In Central Asia, the US favored right-wing Islamism in order to soften the Soviet Union's underbelly. In Afghanistan, US support for the Islamic rights political movement in the country began as far back as 1973 as the US sought to strengthen right-wing and conservative forces. The US and UK supported radical religious forces and created transnational jihad in Afghanistan in order to fight off the Soviets. Meanwhile, Israel supported the Muslim Brotherhood from 1967 all the way to the late 1980s, with Hamas being created as a project of the Shin Bet as a tool against the secular nationalist PLO. In Iraq, the U.S. at some point supported Shia fundamentalists and other times Sunni extremists. It's well known that the U.S. supported the Mujahideen, from which both Al-Qaeda and the later Taliban would emerge. An unclassified document reveals that even ISIS was predicted, welcomed, and seen as a strategic asset to Western interests in the Middle East. These are the pictures and the receipts. Here you have the Made in America mullahs or Made in London mullahs. Here's Israel. Here they're talking about Israel supporting these radical Islamists. Here's Grand Mufti bin Baz of Saudi Arabia, the Wahhabi one that follows the same creed as Daniel, supporting 500,000 American troops to occupy Saudi Arabia. You're talking about the RAND Corporation. The RAND Corporation supported this policy of supporting Islamists, and it was these two papers that they cite that are the exception. So Daniel is incredibly misleading. Not only this, but these secret agencies, including of the British, have supported agent provocateurs. That's why in the UK, you have these people like Omar Bakri and Abu Hamza, all these people who are useful idiots for Western interests, and Daniel Hakikachu is one of them. In fact, Sheikh Ahmed Musa Jibril, who's Daniel's sheikh is connected to, is thought by some to be one such agent provocateur. This, of course, raises questions about whether Daniel is an agent provocateur or not. So that's the first part. Now we're going to get to the other lies of Daniel. There's too many that he mentioned against MPAC. The reality is he talks about Daniel, that Salam worked with George H.W. Bush and the next George Bush, but he always was critical of their policies. Here in 1991, Al-Mariati excoriates Bush's foreign policy and the U.S.-led assault against Iraq. Again, the receipts are in the slides that Daniel is too scared to show. MPAC was opposed to the Iraq war. Here's another statement against that. They were against military interventions in the Middle East. Here, Daniel is trying to show them as Zionists. They're the opposite of Zionists. They support the BDS movement and have defended the BDS movement. And I know them because I work with them. They all support BDS. Yes, maybe they didn't say that we should go hard against MLI because they were trying to go for Muslim unity. I may not agree with that. And I think they actually changed their policy on that issue. That was in the...
Поехали летом в Финляндию. Подружимся с мумитролями.
heat of the moment at that time, they were saying, let's work these things out. Now they're against MLI as far as I know. Daniel is a liar. He repeats one lie after another. He's a smear merchant. He takes half-truths and then uses those to attack people. He's attacked every major American Muslim leader. There's an entire website dedicated to it, and that's why he doesn't want to show this slides deck, because their entire website's dedicated to him and his lying, and he's going to call it doxing. This is not doxing. These are the lies against him, all right? Everybody says he's a liar, even the people who have completely different religious views than I do. They all say this Daniel guy is a deviant liar. Even the Jewish people, so even Jewish people have said that he's a pathological liar. And the receipts are, again, in the slides that Daniel's too scared to show. Daniel's pattern of deception and dishonesty is well known. He calls me Jafed. He says, in the last debate, he said, you are on the payroll of an organization, MPAC, that is getting funding directly from the Department of Homeland Security. This is an outright and blatant lie and slander, which I could actually sue him for. I worked from MPAC from October 2022 to June 2023. During this time, MPAC received a grand total of $0 of federal funding, grand total of $0 from the Department of Homeland Security. The funding for my position came from local Muslim donors, which is actually one of the reasons why I decided to quit. This is a blatant lie. I had much more to go into, but we're going to go to these lies that he says, and he's used the CVE lie against all these other people, including Dalia Mogahed, and
we're going to jump into Daniel's rebuttal. Do you want to say?
I think this was the wrong, because I wanted to show also those parts that he's showing Daniel supporting ISIS and so on. But anyway, yes, this was some exposure of this ISIS guy, I have to say. Yeah, brother, you want to say something for that?
No, the only thing I was going to say is it's very ironic how nowadays the
Yes, we don't hear you, brother. I don't know. It is your okay. Meanwhile, okay, you break up sometimes. All right. Okay, while you are fixing, there is something, disconnect your voice. I don't know what is that. You're banging something. All right. Yes, I hear you now.
No, what I was gonna say is nowadays the people that give dawah and all these.
You disappeared again, brother. Unfortunately, you have some problem with, I don't know, internet or your microphone. Hourglass, I have to say that, yes, Dr. Jawad is good. And there are some things that I would like to discuss with him that he misunderstands. But of course, he's a nice brother. And I would like actually, the problem is that I don't know, he sees my comments or not, because my comments usually are censored by YouTube, unfortunately. So I even on his channel, I wrote some comments where you had written your comments. Okay, I don't like Jawad too much. Could you please explain for us? Maybe you can call in and then explain for us, because I don't know him very well, but these parts of his, his opinions, I mean, his beliefs are fine for me, but there are things that I would like to talk to him about, Quran and Hadith. There are certain fabrications. Look, this was a little bit too much of Daniel, because I don't know what does it mean doxing, because he showed a photo of his wife and he said it's public, okay? And of course that was not so maybe accurate, but he was saying that she is a part of that organization and so on. But that's not a big deal, okay? He maybe made one mistake, okay? Maybe he didn't mean anything, but it is not that you shouldn't like him because he made a mistake. I don't know what was that he was showing that, I don't know the background of that picture. He just was trying to show that he promote niqab, but his wife doesn't use that and so on. But anyway, that was, of course, if it was the purpose of that, just to show that his wife doesn't use niqab. Daniel explained that, yes, before she wasn't using later she started to use, perhaps, which made him, shows that she was more open and she became more close later. Okay, having issues with. Okay, yes, brother, yes. All right, whenever you fix it, please join us. Okay. I leave the link again. Let me see in the private chat. I have something. Okay, Wi-Fi issue, of course. I understand. So anyway, yes, that was not maybe very important either, that he showed something about his wife, but that was his, decision. Let's, while nobody's here, then let me check the other opening, because the other opening was, let me see, the other opening was, maybe it was this one that he was showing about.
Interested in getting a computer science master, or just wondering if it's even necessary? In this video, I'll tell you everything you need.
But he can't.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees? If so,
spreads these kind of images and ideas.
Yeah, it was here.
For his opening, I'm going to quick read Dr. Javad T. Hashmi.
But unfortunately, Daniel insisted on this debate, and so here we are, and it's unfortunately going to get deeply personal. I just want to remind that I didn't start this. In fact, Daniel has attacked numerous or almost all of the major Muslim leaders, personalities, and organizations, and MPAC is just the latest victim of this. Although I no longer work for MPAC, I recently resigned, I am proud of the work they do on behalf of the American Muslim community, and I will seek to exonerate them from Daniel's lies and slanders. In fact, it's Daniel and his org that are complete grift and harm to the American Muslim community. Now, who's behind the Muslim skeptic team? Well, it's a bunch of anonymous nobodies. We have no idea who these people are. It's really, at the end of the day, just two people. It's Daniel Hakikachu and his wife, Khalid, or Ola. Ola is not some innocent third person here. She is part and parcel of the grift. She's the one who runs Al-Asna Institute, and they both benefit financially from the grift that they engage in. So Daniel wants to put MPAC on trial, but today I'm putting Daniel on trial. And the charges against Daniel are that he's an insincere grifter, extremist, racist, hypocrite, conspiracy theory kook, smear merchant, and serial liar. And nobody should take him seriously. You could not possibly pay someone to do a better job of being an agent provocateur and of making Islam look bad than Daniel. I don't think we need to claim that Daniel is literally getting paid by some secret agency, but he's certainly lining his pockets with his obvious grift. So that's the first charge, that he's an agent provocateur.
Salam alaikum.
Yes, salam alaikum. Peace be with you, brother.
Peace be with you, my brother. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
All right.
I wanted to join when at
yes.
first, but I'm glad that you're tackling this debate. It was very interesting, very good.
Yeah, of course. I like the facts because I didn't have time myself to, collect all these facts. And Dr. Javad, he collected all these facts, and that's great to reveal this Daniel ISIS Jew. So I would go through a little bit more.
He himself recognizes that these people exist, people who are Muslim, but make Islam look brutal. And he says this is Fed-like behavior. And this is the exact behavior that Daniel displays. He recognizes that there are people who just want to talk about slavery, sex slavery, and wife beating all the time. And he says of them, they're con men. Well, Daniel, that's you. You talk about it all the time. In the last year alone, you've tweeted a defense of sex slavery and child marriage over 4 dozen times. And that's something that not even a reasonable traditionalist would do. You make Islam look bad and you make Islamic traditionalism look even worse. Daniel spreads these kind of images and ideas that Islam was spread by the sword, that Muslims defend slavery and child marriage. There's such thing as Islamic slavery, which he thinks is justified, sex slavery in Islam, wife beating in Islam. And the ex-Muslims and Islamophobes have a field day. They love Daniel. They reproduce all of his content. They give him a lot of material to work with. Men must beat their wives, he says. He's defending having sex with little kids and child marriage. Here he's defending the idea that Muslim women should not be educated. Basically everything bad that ex-Muslims and Islamophobes say, Daniel says, yup, you're right. In fact, he just repeats all of these tropes. It's hard to tell if he's a Muslim or an Islamophobe. Here he's defending the idea of rape. These words here,
exactly, yes. Yeah. He's Islamophobe, really, yes. He's on their side, yes. He's really,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
he's making their job easier. Even
Exactly.
somebody said that he's doing a better job at scaring
Yes.
people away from the religion than they do. And I
Exactly.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
like,
he
yes, please. Yeah.
thank you. I don't maybe he's he's just playing a game and he's not really a Muslim. He's just trying to appear as one who's very traditional, but in fact he doesn't believe in any of this, and he's just trying to
Yeah.
mock our religion and bring
Yeah.
dirt to it.
Yes.
Dig up
I
dirt.
can, yes. I can say maybe as from experience about Iranian ISIS regime, that they definitely don't believe in Islam. They just believe in money, and they also did a greater job than any Islamophobe. I mean, before the revolution, I can say 90% of Iranian people, they were believers, even if many of them were not practicing very much, but they were believers. But when Khomeini took the power, he did so that millions of Iranians hated Islam because, under the name of Islam, they did the most brutal things. And then I know 100% that they were not Muslims. They didn't believe in Islam at all. They believed only in money. And this, Dr. Javad revealed that he's also, doing, making a lot of money from his YouTube and his job. So that's why it looks like that he doesn't believe in any of these, and he just, trying to make money, or I don't know, damaging Islam.
Yes, I agree with you on that. The problem is that he has many followers.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately, yes. I don't know. I mean, they are a bunch of, mostly perhaps a bunch of uneducated people from perhaps, a village in somewhere in third world countries, and they just see him and think that because they see that he, dressed like an Arab, and he has beard, so they think that, oh, he's and he speak good English, so perhaps they think that, oh, he's very knowledgeable.
Yes, probably because he has a weird way to. He's not defending the religion ever. He's just mocking it and
Yeah.
making claims. Like, for example, this tweet that I see right here about slavery, all this nonsense. I don't know what is his deal. It's really disturbing. The things he says. He makes Muslims want to leave the religion.
Yeah,
Scary.
exactly. I mean, anybody who see these, I mean, as a Muslim, I'm like the biggest enemy of such a religion, whatever it is. As a Muslim, I hate such a religion. Okay, but I know that this is not Islam. This is this ignorant guy, whatever which reason he has. Is it money? Is it ignorance? Whatever it is, that he is the one who is spreading such a, I know, for example, ISIS, they are, also a mafia group that they were built by a mafia regime called Iranian regime. And Assad, they built ISIS because they wanted to scare the West that if Assad goes, ISIS will take over, so that they can kill the Syrian people, the regime, the Syrian opposition, democratic opposition, and so on. So I continue to play it, maybe.
It could be said by Robert Spencer of Jihad Watch about how you can just kill your person's husband, capture as a sex slave, relocate her by force, no problem, etc., and he's defending raping slaves. This is the work of an Islamophobe, not of a Muslim. Even the ultra-conservative fundamentalist Fareed had a problem with this and was pushing back against.
Before we were using Monday.com, our team was drowning in work. Our days used to split between work.
So
against Daniel and saying, no, you do need consent. And then Daniel's arguing with him because that's what kind of a rape apologist Daniel is. Here he is defending marrying and having sex with a 5-year-old and then even a 4-year-old. And this clip went viral. I mean, this alone is enough to cancel Daniel. I mean, who spreads this kind of stuff? And it's not just me who's saying this. Ex-Muslims themselves, they are celebrating.
I mean that he should be actually arrested for such a, you know, such ideas that you can marry, you know, 5-year-old, you know. Brother, do you have any, do you know anything, because, you know, sometimes people might ask you about Prophet Muhammad married Aisha, you know, and they usually say that she was 9 years old. Would you like me to explain, or you have heard me to say about that? Brother, no, Brother Greet. Is that correct, your name?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. Have you heard, I have been saying about that issue that she wasn't 9 years old. It is a fabricated hadith.
Yes. Actually, remember that I think it was in the comment section a couple of weeks ago that, you know, we spoke about it. Remember that she was 19.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yes. Now I remember. Yes, she was between, sorry, 19 to 21. And those, I always write to those who say that, oh, he married a 9-year-old. I say the same liar who said that he married a 9-year-old, he also said that Prophet Muhammad split the moon. But both are lies. I believe in none of them. But you guys, you take that one because it's against Prophet Muhammad, and the other one you reject. That's hypocrisy. Okay? So if you accept that she was 9 years, then you have to accept that Prophet Muhammad also split the moon. I don't believe in any of them because both goes against Quran. Quran doesn't, you know, say that Prophet Muhammad split anything. Okay, and I, you know, in Quran, the age of marriage is maturity. That you have to be mature because in those time, age was not, you know, recorded. People didn't know how old they are. But matureness, everybody understand. A child, you know, a person is mature now. For example, 17, 18, 19, yeah, this person is mature enough to have children. Okay, that's one people understand. Everybody understand the child is not mature enough to have children, to marry and have children. Understand?
And also, that came much later, you know, much way after the Prophet, peace be upon him, you know, 250 years after the death of the Prophet, peace be upon him.
Yeah, and these people actually, yes, they are a bunch of, you know, businessmen, and it is not only, you know, about in Islam, in many other religion, these priests, you know, monks, they make money through this, you know, the job by selling God, you know, like the Ayatollahs in Iran as well. That those muftis that Dr. Jawad shows now in Saudi Arabia, he showed now that these people are a bunch of businessmen and they sell God. And for them, it doesn't matter if, you know, because it is their business. And I've said it many times that even in Sweden, we have atheist priests who they are atheists, but they have to preach because they make money and that's their job. And these people also like that. So they didn't care at all about damaging Islam's, you know, career. I can continue now, play again.
Daniel. They love Daniel. Here's an ex-Muslim Reddit thread in which they're thanking Daniel. Daniel, if you're seeing this, I just want to say, keep it up. You're doing a great job. You're deviating people from Islam. Daniel is confirming what ex-Muslims have been saying for decades. Another ex-Muslim Reddit thread. Here's ex-Muslim Islamophobe Haris Sultan saying Daniel just makes our job easier to expose Islam. Here's apostate prophet saying we should give Daniel more exposure. He's doing a fair, you know, he's doing a good job. Here's someone saying actually Daniel does a better job than AP himself in turning people away from Islam. Here's other Islamophobes saying the exact same thing, that they don't want him canceled. They want him to reach far and wide. He's doing a great, even in our debate, there were comments like this. And he's...
Yeah, actually, Daniel should, you know, melt there should be so ashamed to see all these things, you know.
Basically burying Islam, as one Christian apologist says. And he's loved by right-wing think tanks. Here he is described by this right-wing think tank as a scholar of Islam. He was interviewed by Mideast Forum, and in fact, I got an invitation because of my interaction with him. And Jihad Watch Robert Spencer loves him and says, at least Daniel is honest, unlike so many other Islamic apologists in the West. So why does Daniel take all of these extreme and outlandish positions that make Islam look bad? It's the money. It's grift. From his YouTube alone, he's making...
Wow, look at here. Estimated monthly earning, yeah, $655 to $10,000. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot. He makes money. That's the reason, I think.
Yeah, 100
Makes
until
good
100.
money.
Yes, up to $125,000. Yeah, estimated yearly, yeah, $125,000. Exactly. And I see very well, okay, that he tried to show off. I mean, he changed his appearance more and more like, you know, scholar and Arab, you know, despite he's not an Arab, okay, so that people buy him easier. Yes, brother.
I was gonna say, I think he used to be Deobandi before he was the Salafi. I think he was Deobandi before.
What is that? I don't know Deobandi.
Deobandi, that's a sect which Taliban follows. It's
Okay.
it's like Salafi, but they also have some mysticism from Sufism. It's like a mix.
Okay, for me, they are all the same. They are all a bunch of extremists, okay, and they are damaging Islam.
Making probably a six-figure salary. He also has multiple streams of income. He's selling content online, like Hustlers University, Andrew Tate's Hustler University. His service for the year costs $132 a year, and his minions are, of course, paying that. He also had this fraud of a book in which he just pressed print on his blog site and just printed out the articles from his blog and slapped them all together and made it into a book and sold it to his unsuspecting customers. As one reviewer said, this was a scam, just a disgusting cash grab. Nothing original in the book, just his online content. In fact, he's so good at monetizing himself that Alpha Muslim said he's the one to follow when it comes to try to make money. Now, Daniel...
Yes, he's a good example to follow.
You know, it's funny because Daniel has accountability reports on his website, Muslim Skeptic, which is really just him, by the way, and his wife, like I said. And they go into the money, they go into the finances. They ask Yaqeen Institute about their finances. But really, Daniel should release his financial records for both Muslim Skeptic and Al-Lusna Institute for public accountability. Why are those kept secret? Why is Al-Lusna, your unaccredited homeschooling program, run as a for-profit business when most homeschooling groups are nonprofits? And he might even be violating the law. We can talk about that later.
One more thing is that I saw a video from him a few months ago. I think he was sitting with his wife, and his wife was saying that, "Oh, sister, try not to be stingy," blah blah blah, something like this.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah, share your husband with what is it? Other women.
Yes, I remember. I saw it as well. It's very strange. Yes, if it's. What a weird thing to say for a woman. That's really weird.
Yes, share your husband. It is because he wants to have other wives as well, you know. So, but my question would be, why you don't share your wife with others, you know?
And you know, this other extremist, Ali, he was actually he made another video about this, and he was like, because a woman said that she didn't mind sharing her husband, and Ali was angry. He said, how could you say that? You're supposed to be jealous. And so how are you supposed to be? These people, they keep contradicting each other. Ali is not happy. Daniel is pushing this issue. All those extremists, they're so different in their thinking. That's very funny and strange.
Yeah. I mean, this is really, really ridiculous when they do such a things. Yeah, that they say you have to share your husband with other women, and they never say that, about women. Of course, I understand that in the past, wouldn't be possible to realize who is, if a wife had 4 husbands, wouldn't be possible to know who is the husband. But today is possible. So if that's the reason, then why you cannot share today? Today is possible to know who is the father. So this is, ridiculous that they do. Okay, now.
So not only is there the financial aspect, we can just document the grift. And that's why we need to see the finances. From 2015 to the present, Daniel has shifted dramatically, becoming more and more extreme. And the reason, of course, is the money. It's all about the money. So recently he got some fame by attacking all these mainstream American Muslim leaders for their document Navigating Differences, which was on LGBTQ issues. And he criticized them for these 3 points. But the reality is that Daniel himself, he basically issued the first draft of this in 2019. He just called it Tough Conversations, but you might as well have called it Navigating Differences. In that document, he defends gay rights as human rights. He says Muslims ought to defend LGBTQ people. He says that he's celebrating the stalwart allies amongst our LGBT neighbors. He's criticizing now. In 2016,
right.
He said,
if you're gonna post accounts that are doxing me, then I'm not gonna show your screen.
Gentlemen,
I didn't dox anyone. What are you talking about? Who did I share that I doxed?
That account is a doxing account.
Okay, he got
He's
scared. Yes, he
yes.
got scared. Yes, I don't.
He's getting angry because he knows that he's getting exposed. He doesn't
Exactly.
like it.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Now, and we go further so that.
And that's what I wanted to have, but Daniel always likes to go ad hominem and make it personal. So he's the one who started this, but I'm the one who's going to end this. Daniel attacks all different Muslim organizations, any American Muslim leader.
Поехали летом в Швецию. Заглянем в гости к сказке.
Is this a profit business? And you might even be violating the law. Defending you, that you're just confirming what we've been saying all along is what they say. Here's an ex-Muslim harlot defending you, that you're just confirming. And here's Jihad Watch Robert Spencer saying that at least Daniel is honest. The money. Here we see that he's making a lot of money off his YouTube, probably a 6-figure, becoming more and more extreme. Why is that? It's because of the money, obviously. In fact, recently you became famous for attacking Navigating Differences, a document that came out by some American Muslim imams on the issue of LGBTQ, and you criticized them on 3 points. But the reality is that you yourself in 2019, you put out the first version of Navigating Differences. You called it Tough Conversations. And in that, you literally said all 3 points. You said gay rights can be defended as human rights. You said Muslims ought to defend LGBTQ people. You even celebrated that we have stalwart allies amongst our LGBT neighbors. Back then, you were saying that it's inappropriate to call gay people Qom Lut, and you said don't make fun of gay people. But here, all of a sudden, in 2020, you're calling them Qom Lut, and here you're implying that we should throw them off high buildings and kill them. So you went from a compassionate imam to a psycho. What happened? You're a straight up grifter. That's what happened. Here's you. This is before your cosplay as an Islamic fundamentalist. This is when you were in a suit and a tie. In 2017, you have high praise for Imam Umar Suleiman, talking about how his scholarly credentials are beyond question and how he's doing a great job of doing the balancing act that is very difficult to do. And then all of a sudden in 2020, now you're attacking him. It's actually you who have the early onset in Alzheimer's that you're accusing him of. And now you've gone to the extreme of saying that we need to unschool. That is, don't even send your kids to public school, or forget that, private school, or even homeschool. You don't need to educate your kids at all. These are extreme positions because you have no accountability at all. All you do is attack other Muslims. You even make fun of Muslim girls who want to go to school. Like here you are making fun of girls who just want to get an education.
This was the most disgusting thing he did, He's a real animal. I can call him a real animal. Yes.
I agree with you. Definitely, brother. It really shocking to see these people, this monster. He has no concern for human rights, really.
Exactly.
So sad and disgusting. Yes. You're right.
امروز خیلی جگر خودم. Oh no, I can't go to school.
Is this a Muslim or is this an Islamophobe? Here, Daniel's actually admiring the French for the French hijab ban. Here he's calling all these Muslims all these vile names like a Trumpist. Like he's Trumpian in the way he uses these nicknames. But worse than that, Daniel actually, because of his grift, is actually flirted towards Islamic extremism. Here he has on his website Sheikh Haytham Saifuddin, who's writing for Muslim Skeptic. He's a known Islamic extremist that Daniel is promoting. Here he's thanking him as Sheikh. Even Muhammad Hijab says, why are you promoting this radical extremist? Muhammad Hijab of all people.
Yeah, Muhammad Hijab. Yes, of course.
This guy is connected to Sheikh Ahmed Musa Jibril, who wrote the introduction to his book. Who's Musa Jibril? He's a convicted felon on FBI's watch list. Is considered Anwar al-Awlaki's successor. He's well known in the global jihadist scene. He approvingly speaks of ISIS's spokesperson, and one of the 2017 London attackers was said to be radicalized by his videos. Not only this, but Haytham Saifuddin is connected to Sheikh Al-Alwan, the Al-Qaeda Mufti. Not only that, but Daniel defends the Al-Qaeda Mufti. Here he's defending him. And this is the same guy that's being used to justify killing Shias. The same view that Daniel, by the way, might be sympathetic to. We'll talk about that. But Sheikh Al-Alwan lauded...
Not might be, definitely he sympathized with that.
I mean, yes, it's clear that this individual's views are really messed up, because I don't know, really is strange. Maybe he's just being paid to say all this nonsense in the name of the religion, but he's lying. It's very weird and, yes, not right.
Yes, and I see Anton is there. Hello, Anton, my brother. Please join if you would like. Here is the link. We are, reviewing Daniel ISIS-Jew's debate with Dr. Javad, and he's revealing. So we are just reviewing that debate a little bit. Please join us. Hello, my brother. Yes, please join if you would like. We would like to hear from you as well.
ISIS's operations, at least when they were confined to Iraq. And one of Sheikh Al-Alwan's students was a 9/11 hijacker. And he's the brother-in-law to the leader of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. This is the guy that Daniel is defending and promoting. Then there's Sheikh At-Tarifi, who is also sympathetic to Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Daniel follows him. But not only that, he quotes them. Here he is promoting his material again, and there's Sheikh Al-Muhaysini, who Daniel is also promoting, who's an ISIS and Al-Qaeda sympathizer. Here's Muhaysini sending off a young boy, strapping him with bombs, and telling him to go blow himself up. Remember that verbiage when Daniel's going to use that? Well, here he is promoting a guy who does that kind of thing. So when Daniel starts praising the Taliban, that actually seems kind of mild by comparison, doesn't it? So Daniel has all of these ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Taliban connections. Now,
so that's why I always was right calling him Daniel ISIS-Jew, and that I don't know if you remember that so-called friendly Muslim brother, Dower.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy who was calling himself friendly Muslim, and he was angry with me, and he left. Yes. He's supporting of this ISIS guy, Daniel ISIS-Jew. Unfortunately, he was a hypocrisy as well. He was playing, some friendly, but he was in reality inside was supporting these, radical people. Unfortunately.
Yes, this is.
Yeah,
when people support him, it means that we shouldn't listen to them. We should disassociate ourselves from such individuals, because they're bringing their evil into Islam. It's not good.
Of course. I mean, nobody likes such a religion except these people. I don't know if Anton would like to join us. Brother, where is that? What is it? The link. Maybe you can put it in the private chat so that I can play it and we can go through that.
Yes, it didn't work before, but
no, on YouTube doesn't work. So if you put it here, either in the private chat or here in live stream, then on StreamYard, then we can play that.
Okay, I'll be right here. I'll try to get the link. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, brother. Yes, Gomez, Anton Gomez, please join. Let's have a chat a little bit. It was a long time ago. I don't know if you are still there. So, by the way, the subscribers has hit to 600. That's also a celebration. I would like to share that one. Yeah, 600 is the, let me add, brother, yes. So looking forward for 1,000 now, 1,000 subscribers. Yes.
Good.
So
It's a good,
yeah.
a good goal, because we need more Muslims to come here and away from the likes of Heki Kuchu and these people.
Exactly. So that we can fight these. Unfortunately, when you grow, then they take you serious. You know, otherwise they don't do that. So it is important that we grow so that they take us serious, and you know,
Yes.
they debate us. Okay.
Exactly. I know you wanted to debate him on Modern Day Debate, but he refused.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yeah. He refused. Yes. I several times asked him, but he refused. So let me see if I share this hateful. Okay, let's see. I played now.
No. Make me.
It's the level of noise.
So I have a
What
question.
you're doing
And be honest, you didn't complain about that loud music.
Hey, no, listen. I don't listen to that loud.
So when the taco guy came, you had no problem. You were dancing with the taco guy. Hey, the taco guy is here. Hey, look at these shaitans, bro. You were talking smack over there. You say it sound like shit, right? You wouldn't say that to my face. What's your name? I want to know what your cowardice name is.
But you know what? Your cowardice level.
I will put you to sleep so quick, bro. By the time you blink, you'll be asleep, bro.
You're a real big guy.
I am.
You're gonna put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we do go to the mat, we will.
Okay. You're showing how much of the devil is controlling you.
What the truth is, you're disrupting the public.
No, I'm not.
So absorbent.
Yeah, go ahead and sell your crystals.
Mm-hmm. All right. I thought that he attacked him physically.
Yes. No, he didn't attack him, but he was threatening him. It's
okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, of course. I mean, if really people are disturbed, I mean, you don't have to play that one because they don't understand it anyway. So what it changed,
Yes.
you know? Yes, they don't understand it anyway. So what it changed, it's just you disturb them. And, that's not correct. If they are disturbed, then you have to respect them and not to play loud. If somebody played something loud and you were disturbed, you would also complain, and they should respect you and turn it down. Okay, so this you have to always put yourself in that position. Yes. Do you have any other question? Yes. Do you have any other question, brother?
Yes, I can. Yes, I have a question about slavery, because after seeing Daniel's claims about it, I know that there's a verse that says that lawful to you are your wives and what your right hands possess. And what does that mean exactly?
Okay, brother Rashid, he made a nice video, and I put it on my channel. It is about slavery. I suggest you to have a look at that, because it is not right hand possessed, doesn't mean just slaves. They are included, and you have to recognize that there were slaves at that time. Okay, people had slaves. Okay, I have a question. Says I shall come up in a moment. Yes, we are waiting for you, brother. Anyway, so it is about second hand citizens, those who didn't have status, and God wants to, help them to get the status, citizenship, because when they is like today, immigrants, when they come to a country, they don't have the, the, how do you say, the privilege of, a citizen, everything that a citizen enjoying in a country. So one of the ways they can get citizenship or permanent permission is to get married in these countries as well. In, any countries. I don't know, of course, some third world countries is not possible, but this is what God asked people to do, for helping these people, not only slaves, but even those who are immigrants, those who are living and they are not citizens. So God asked them, because slaves are the name is Abd, and it is very clear in Quran. So when it says right hand possessed, it is talking about a group of people who don't have this status. So God wants them to have a better status. And then what is it? God, because it was not, I have to say like this, that you cannot just put the rules, because you have to see that it is possible to, to have these rules in this moment or in this country. For example, in Sweden, child labor is forbidden. Okay, you cannot send your children to work, and they have to be a certain age. After, I think, 16 years old, they can start to work, but before that, they have no right to work. Okay, but can you put this rule if you are, let's say, president of India, and you want to help children? It is not possible. You cannot say that child labor is forbidden in India, because millions of children, maybe tens of millions of children, or maybe more, are working out because their families are poor, and their families depend on these children working. For example, I was when I was there, it was not 2001. I was there and was living with a family. They had, I better say, they had two slave children, I can say, despite they were getting some money, but these two children who were working for them, one of them was 12, another one was 15, and they were waking up from 5 in the morning, working up to 11, 12 at night, children, yeah, and then they were sleeping on some blanket, maybe something on hard stone. So their condition was terrible, and sometimes these families, they were fighting with them. And one of them, the 12-year-old child, her name was Nirmala, and her father had died, and mother married and left her and two small brother and sisters. And brother and sisters, they were living with grandma, and she was in Delhi working for that family to make some money and send to her brother and sister. So from that childhood, she was already a mother, taking care of her brother and sister. And you cannot, say that, no, it is forbidden, you cannot work. This is terrible, You have to have a system that you can help and support these families, these poor families, these children, not just say, no, it's forbidden. You cannot just forbid slavery in a society 1400 years ago, when if you just release all of them, they will be without any shelter, without any job. You cannot ask, as well, the society in those times was run by these, slaves. If you just say right away, release all of them, then the society will get problem as well. It's like today, I can give another example. Today, hello, my brother Anton.
Hello, Mujib.
How are you?
Hello.
How is my audio? Can you hear me?
Your audio is great. Yes, of course.
Okay. It's good to
Yes.
see you.
Yes, good to see you too, my brother. Yes, I have to. Yes, continue to. Yes, continue to say that we know that fossil fuel is bad for our environment, but we cannot just right away say that okay, let's stop it. It will be a lot of damage to our economy. So that's why it was the same way in those times that Islam took it slowly by saying taking care of them, be good to them. For example, I was saying to that family, Anton, I will put you on mute so that background noise doesn't come. Sorry. Okay. And just explain very fast. Okay. And then I will get back to you. So that family, when they were fighting with these, two children, I was telling them, be kind to them, because I had heard from Islam to be kind to your servants. Okay. So, and they were sometimes when they were fighting, they were saying, oh, you say be kind to them, but you see what they do, they were like this. But anyway, this was sometimes you cannot, impose a rule when the time hasn't come. But in Islam, God says it is, what is it? It is a duty on Muslims to release, slaves. Anton, would you like to say something?
Yeah, do I have a background noise?
Not much, but a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. Yes?
Let me test some.
And if I may ask, I have another question about about the virgins in heaven.
Okay.
What about the virgins? Because I hear a lot of narrations, reports, hadiths, the narrations, right? And they say that, and yes, exactly.
Yes.
The hoodies.
And the Quran speaks about it as well. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. My thought is that I have to say, for me, all of these are, how do you say it? Metaphor, because I say that for people, even fire in hell is metaphor, because God wanted to make something touchable for people of the past. Okay, something, for example, they understood the pain that fire gives, but in that dimension, which is another dimension, everything is different. For us, is not understandable. For example, the enjoyment of the heaven and the pain of the hell is not understandable for us. Okay, so these are just something saying to people so that they understand that, for example, to have, I'm sorry I have to say this, but anyway, to have sex is very nice for people, or to, the river of the wine for people was nice to hear. So these things that to tell them that the enjoyment of the heaven is like this, so that it is touchable, understandable for people of the past of 1400 years ago. Even the fire, also the punishment also should be understandable. People, we don't know how is the punishment of the hell either. We don't know I can say it is perhaps like, a nightmare or a beautiful dream. Okay. You have a beautiful dream and you don't want to wake up, or you have a nightmare and you just, when you wake up, you're very happy that you woke up from that nightmare. So it is not understandable for us to see how is it. That was just said for people of the past to understand something. Okay, Anton?
Yes. Do I still have the same background noise?
It is just a little bit bros. It's okay, not a big deal. Yes, please.
But it's still there, right?
Yeah, but it's okay, not a big deal. I say it's all right. Yes.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you something, because some time ago I said, and I think I was wrong, but I need the opinion of somebody who's a Muslim. Yes. I said that Muhammad was upper class. He was not because somebody was asking me if he was lower class, and I said he was upper class.
Okay.
And
Upper-
I'm not sure. I
upper
might
class.
have made a mistake.
Yeah, upper class in this way that he was rich, or what? You mean?
He was not the lower class,
Poor. You mean
poor,
a
poor
poor.
people.
No, he wasn't, because his wife was a merchant.
Merchant.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And he had enough,
Abu Talib?
No, his wife, Khadija. Khadija was.
Oh, yeah. That's
yeah.
a different person.
Yes, yes. Abu Talib was his,
His uncle?
Uncle, yes, his uncle, yes. And yes, Khadija, radiallahu, she had, yes, wealth, and he wasn't poor. So, yes, that's one of the things as well, that he didn't put his life for getting a better life, or so on. Yes. Hourglass. Yes, Anton. Yes,
I'm still not sure if I would, if it would be okay to say that he was upper class.
Mhm. In which way?
Maybe he was middle class.
I mean,
maybe he was not one of the leaders, right?
No, he was. No, I say he was upper class, because even his uncle was, was very famous in Mecca, in his tribe.
Yeah.
Abu Talib. He was, and that's why, as long as he was alive, his enemies, they were afraid to attack him. So, and yes, he was, I can say, from upper class family. Or yes, his wife was very famous as well, and Khadija radiallahu. Hourglass, did you get your answer, brother?
Yeah.
About the
Yes.
Yes, I have to. Yes, I have to. Yes, you're welcome. I just have to share with you the video that Brother Rashid made. Please watch that. Okay, I will share the link, and you can watch it later, inshallah. He's
Okay.
because he's Arab speaker. He explained it much better with details in that video. Okay, I just gave some example about the India, children in India, that you cannot just say the rule must, how to say that you must be able to implement the rule in a country. You cannot just put a rule without understanding the consequences of those rules.
Yes. that makes sense. I agree. It was a different time, so
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
understandable. And now it doesn't exist anymore, so
Yes.
we know
I mean,
that. We understand this today.
Yes. Islam is absolutely against any oppression, and slavery was an oppression, against people. So let me put the link here. Please, you can copy it. Yes, that's the link. You can copy it and watch it. Brother Rashid made that video. It's nice to watch it. Yeah. We miss him, of course, but anyway, let me see. There is a verse of Quran that I bring it up that says that it's an obligation to free, slaves. Anton, you would like to say something?
No, I'm just testing my microphone.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know why there's background noise. There shouldn't be.
Okay. Yeah. So you see that many places that Quran wants that people, for any reason, free a slave. Quran 5:89. Allah will not call you to account for your thoughtless oaths, but He will hold you accountable for deliberate oaths. The penalty for a broken oath is to feed 10 poor people from what you normally feed your family, or to clothe them, or to free a bound person. But if none of these is affordable, then you must fast 3 days and so on. Anyway, so this is one of the reason that for any reason God wants that people free the slaves. Okay, then another problem was the poverty. You see that God encourages people to feed poor people. Chapter 9 verse 60, alms tax is only for the poor and the needy, for those employed to administer it, for those whose hearts are attached to the faith, for freeing slaves, for those in debt, for Allah's cause, and for needy travelers. This is an obligation from Allah, and Allah is all knowing, all aware. So this is an obligation from Allah to whom? To Muslims. To do what? To free slaves. Okay, you see, for freeing slaves. One of them was for freeing slaves. Another one was to feed the poor. Okay, poor and needy. So there are many other verses, of course, I can read, but these are for anybody who is not, biased, is enough to understand that, Islam didn't want people have slaves, because slaves, that was oppression, and one of Allah does not like oppressors. Okay, so that's one of the things that Allah does not like. Let me see.
So what do you think about the zakat?
Okay, the zakat, I said that's the tax, yeah, but it is of course today it is the tax, yeah. The governments take the tax, and the zakat is, we are giving it to the government. Okay, and the government, like countries like, for example, Sweden, and the government take care of that, giving it to the poor, or creating other possibilities for us. For example, free medication for children. All these things are the zakat that we are giving. Zakat is the tax, of course, yeah.
One comment or one objection that I have, it's a comment that I made recently about this thing about the zakat. I was watching this Muslim from the West, and he he wanted to convert people or invite them to Islam. That one.
Yeah. Okay.
And when he does get somebody to agree or want to become a Muslim, he goes ahead and tells him, or tells the person, the things about Islam, right? The pillars and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you know the 5 pillars, right? So
sorry, I just have to say that there is no 5 pillars. Okay, people have made it up themselves, because Shias, their 5 pillars is different to Sunnis. Okay, so if there is a 5 pillars, then it should be the same for all Muslims. Okay, yes.
How do they differ, Shias from Sunnis?
For example, let me see. Zakat is not, for example, in their pillar. Okay, then they one of their pillars is to believe in leadership. Okay, but which is not in Sunni Muslims. In Sunni pillar, one of them is, I think, is what is it?
The Shahada?
Not Shahada.
The Shahada is common for both of Shia and Sunni.
Yeah, Shia say, of course, you have to believe in Tawheed.
Yeah,
oneness,
the promise.
Yes, oneness of God. Yeah, and then another one is
the Hajj.
The Hajj, I think, is not there. What is it? The second one was justice, I think. Yeah, and you have to believe in justice.
But I'm pretty sure the Shias also do the Hajj.
Yeah, they do the Hajj. Yeah, they do the Hajj, but it is not a pillar there. Okay, because a pillar is something that you have to do it. I mean, if you don't do it, is out of. I mean, this is a pillar that you have to do it. But Hajj is something that if you can. Okay, Allah says,
Yeah, I
if you
know.
can,
I know.
if you can.
It's
So if it is
it's not
pillar,
forcible.
no, it is not forcible, but it is if you can. If you cannot, if you are sick, if you are poor, you cannot go. Then, so how can it be a pillar of Islam if you cannot? Okay, of course, I say it's a very important for a Muslim. If you can, you have to do it. But if you cannot, then okay, so it cannot be the pillar of Islam. So that's why. Anyway, so you were saying what you were saying. Please,
So these most Muslims talk about the 5 pillars, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
I
I
know.
know there's discrepancies. So he mentions the 5 pillars of Islam and the things that you need to do, right? Praying, and when it's Ramadan, you have to do the fasting, right?
Yeah,
That's another
fasting,
one.
yeah, praying.
I'm not sure how that goes between Shias and Sunnis, but it
No,
doesn't.
sorry. I have to say that now. Praying and fasting in Shiism, Shias, they have 5 pillars and 10 which is beside. Okay, they are not pillar. Okay, for
They pray
example,
less,
yeah, fasting and sorry.
They pray less times, don't
No,
they?
no. It is like this. That yes, Shias pray 3 times, but they have also 5 prayers. 5 prayers, but they do it in 3 times, not in 5 times, 5 different times. Understand?
Yeah.
For example, Zohr and Asr, they do it together, and then Maghrib and Asha, which is the evening, they also do it together. They don't do it in different times. Every, for example, 2 hours they have to run for praying. Anyway, so they have those. Praying and fasting is in another category. Okay, so they are not pillar of Islam. Okay, but it is also compulsory that you have to do it if you can. Also, again, okay, maybe you are sick, you cannot fast. Okay, or you have a situation that you cannot pray, for example. Yes, Kanto, please. Yeah.
Okay, so this Muslim, when he's telling somebody how to be a Muslim, when they want to be a Muslim, he gives him these well, the main things about Islam, the ones I just told you, and when it comes to the zakat, which is the one of those pillars, he tells the person that you have to donate yourself by your own hand to the poor, you know. From time to time, you have to donate your money, if you can, to poor people yourself, and that is very good. That's a very good thing to command Muslims to do, to be Muslims. The problem is that if you are, for example, in Iran or Iran, sorry, you have to pay this directly to the government, and then you never know what Iran does with that money. I mean,
I know.
It goes to the government, and you never see it again.
No, I know, Anton, what they do. That they send it to the terrorists, or they put it in their bank account.
That's the problem, and that's the zakat, according to them. In this case,
yeah, but
Iran.
That's crazy. You don't have to give anything to such a governments. Okay, and then unfortunately, some time to time when earthquake happens, Western governments, they send help, and they sometimes they give, for example, $1 billion aid for, helping the victims of the earthquake, and we know that all those monies, they go in the pocket of the government, and they even don't allow ordinary people who they want to go and help directly. They arrest them. Can you imagine, Anton? I have seen videos that they arrest people who go and want to help directly because they don't want.
Why would they do that?
So they want to take them everything. They say that everything has to go through us, so that they take the those tents or whatever they get. They want to take them and sell them in the black market. So they are a bunch of mafia. Understand?
Okay.
Yes. So I just read this comment. Great says that, for example, the Ismailiya Shia don't fast during Ramadan. Okay, that's very strange. I don't know.
That is
when-
very strange. I didn't
Yeah.
know there was a type of Shia that didn't fast at all.
Okay. Yeah, I think this Ismailia, if I'm not mistaken, I think they are the same. They are a very strange sect, and they have a king, and the king has a queen. The queen is only her jewelry are $7 million, where they are living in a very luxury life. Somebody was asking me to join them, and then I said that, of course, forget it. I'm not going to be Ismailia and give money to a king who is living in a luxury life. Okay, and yes, his wife jewelry necklace is $7 million. Yeah, have you heard?
I'm not sure. Maybe. Yes, I've heard about people taking advantage of other people's money and so on.
You can feed a lot of people with that
Yeah.
necklace.
Yes, with that necklace. Let me see if I can find.
Yes, it's very. I know some, Salafis. They had this organization, and they used to basically live a very good life. They would eat in those big, fancy places. It's like they're rich, right? And because of, they would take money, I think, from people who wanted to join their organization, and they would show pictures and videos of themselves living a luxurious life and eating all these good. It's very sad, right?
Yeah. This is the king, with the private jet.
Pakistan. A 19.
Yeah, this is the king with a private jet. He's coming, and I think they are a sect from Pakistan. I will find his wife's necklace.
I didn't identify that flag. There was a flag with green flag with a stripe.
Let me see. Wait. Okay.
What was that flag?
Let me see. That's this one. Yeah. Perhaps it's there.
One of them is Pakistan, but the other
one
one
is Pakistan. The other one perhaps is their own flag, Ahmadiyya. Sorry, the Ismailiya's flag. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not the Ahmadi.
No.
Sorry,
I made a mistake. Yeah, it was Ismailia. I was going to say Ismailia's flag. Let me see if I find. You guys talk. I want to. Yeah. Okay. Look, here is the guy is sitting like a. Wait. Like a king. Yeah. You see, he's the king. And there are so many. Let me see. Who are these? I will find. Okay.
Do you think he goes to the Hajj?
I don't know actually. That one I'm not sure about. I don't know them very well, but
I mean, he definitely can.
yeah, he definitely can. Yes, but if they do it, but if they do it, many of them, but they don't understand. I mean, not that they don't understand. They don't care about what is Hajj. Okay. Hazar Imam's necklace.
Are you looking for the necklace?
Yeah.
You're not planning on stealing it, are you?
I just want to show you that what I'm saying is that let me see, scared jewelry and I don't know if I can. Anyway, I will look up for it while we are talking, and then later I will show you. But just her necklace was $7 million. Anyway.
Yes, it's very common. There was this, yes, these people, they living a very luxurious life and eating, you know, in those fancy restaurants. And I know another one, it's called I sent you on the chat, the title, it's a club that is held by some Salafis. It was very, I believe that they used to take charity, and I'm not sure, but they were very, it was in a rich country, Dubai, I believe, and they were living the life. Yeah.
Anton, any question?
No, I just wanted to ask you about the thing about Muhammad. I'm trying to remember if I had other issues. So this, I saw you were. I also see you have a lot of ads.
I have a lot of what?
Ads. You have, when you play videos, there are ads.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So you were.
I don't know.
Reviewing Daniel Hakikachu.
Yeah, I was Daniel ISIS Jew. Sorry, don't say Hakikachu because he's not Daniel Hakikachu. He's Daniel ISIS Jew.
You don't like him a lot.
I don't like him at all. He's the ISIS guy. Okay.
Yeah. So he I didn't know he was supposed to be Sufi Muslim.
You know, Wahhabi. I don't know. He's
Wahhabi.
He's very, I think he's a Wahhabi. Yeah, Daniel ISIS Jew.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people that are against Islam, they also say that he's doing a good job because he's making Islam.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, yes. As I said, as a Muslim, I hate his religion. Okay, I'm a great enemy of his religion, whatever it is. Yeah. So, yes.
You know I would the way I would make the comparison is that Daniel is like the Westboro Baptist Church is to Christians. That I think that would be the comparison that I would make.
Yeah, comparison. Yeah, okay. Perhaps, but anyway, he's a very, very ignorant.
Have you ever talked to him?
No, I haven't. And I wanted to. I requested several times when I was on MDD that I want to debate him, but he refused. Yeah. And other extremist, YouTubers also they reject, they block me as well because they don't want to debate. Because you saw that the debate with Jawad, how it went. He was very scared himself. Several times he was trying to stop him from revealing him, sharing documents about him. Yes. Hourglass?
Why was he in that part of the video? Why was he objecting? He didn't want those documents shown or something?
Yeah, he was saying no, he was saying that is doxing. I don't know exactly what does it mean doxing. I checked it. It's like that they are false documents.
No, doxing is like how do I explain? It's like if I take my camera, you see my camera right now,
okay,
and I show like something like part of my house,
Okay.
And you take that and search online like photos on Google, and you give away my location or things about me. That's
Okay.
doxing.
Doxing. But it was his account. I mean,
Yeah,
that
like,
how much
like
money he
showing.
makes. Yes, how much money he makes. That's not doxing. Come on. So
Yeah,
if you don't hide anything, why you are afraid? Yeah.
Yeah, if it's public, it's not
Yes,
supposed.
and then another thing is that he was saying that first he said that he showed my address, which wasn't address there at all. James was checking; there was no any address there, so he was lying. He was, clearly afraid of being exposed. Hourglass.
Yes. I think he was just trying to find an excuse to distract his viewers, the audience, because it's all public, so none of it was private. If it was private, then yes, that would have been wrong. But Brother Javad showed evidence that everything
Very
was
public.
public. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that because he's very good at that. I have noticed that Daniel is very good at making distractions that nobody notices. He's trying to distract people. In one of his debates, I forgot who he was debating. Maybe Matt Dillahunty. I don't remember. He used that. They were arguing something about Islam, and he distracted into racism. And he started talking about racism when the opponent was not talking. There was no debate about racism, but he went into racism, like trying to distract, it's called a red herring. When you try to divert people's attention into a completely different topic.
Exactly. He throws red herrings. He did that a lot in that debate. Yes.
Yes. Any other questions, guys?
I don't know if there's a link to a short video where I explain about this, this organization. It was about a group where they were living a luxurious life. Yes.
The one here in the chat?
Yes, that's right.
Let me see. The private chat? Yeah, let me see.
There's a link there, but I don't know.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's a link. By the way, my background is a comet. It is not a mountain or a.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I know it's completely unrelated, but it is.
No problem. Yes, it's okay. Don't worry. Let me see. I can check it. Yes. Let's see. What the video says. Want to say?
It's a club, I believe.
Is it this one?
Yes. It's this one.
فيا سائلا عن منهج الحق يبتغي سلوك طريق القوم حقا ويسعد.
Right now, it's 6:30. We're gonna head to the gym, do a quick leg workout, inshallah, and we'll grab some breakfast. A day in the life.
So
Yes.
I wanted to ask you something that I just remembered. Now that I see this, a Muslim told me once that the beard is sunnah.
Okay.
So what do you think of that?
Yeah, it is ridiculous because everybody had beard 1400 years ago. Even Persian had beard because they didn't have blades to shave themselves. So Prophet Muhammad was also riding camel. That's also sunnah. How can I ride camel now? Understand? So he wasn't flying. That's a sunnah, not flying. But I have to fly today. So this is ridiculous. He was yeah, I saw one of these, backward people in London. He was riding a donkey because Prophet Muhammad was riding donkey, yeah, perhaps. And he was riding a donkey in London street. So these people are very backward. Yes, these people are very backward. Yeah.
Well,
So
would you say that maybe they are exaggerating a bit?
yes, too exaggerating and dressing Arabic. Why I have to dress Arabic? Okay, that even Arab extremists, Arab atheists, they also dress Arabic. That's their national dress. So why I have to dress Arabic to become a Muslim? No.
I mean,
Hello?
some people, somebody joined.
Hello. Yes, Abraham. How are you?
Hello,
My
Abraham.
brother. Hello, Abraham.
Assalamu alaikum, you guys.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, my brother. Welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to say, Muji, I'm learning more on recitation, and I know how to recite the first 10 ayahs of the Surah Al-Baqarah.
All right, great. Very good. Yes. Mhm.
Nice. I love this chapter. Yes,
Yeah.
these verses. I was memorizing them last year, so
Yeah.
I know where
In
you're coming
Arabic?
from. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very good. Yes. Actually, I have memorized some verses of Quran, but I'm not so good at memorizing things. That's why I mostly take notes. Okay, and somebody like Brother Rashid is good. He has memorized a lot of things. Maybe it's because of my age. I don't know. But anyway, that's good to memorize. But it's good to not just reading. The best is to practice them. To live according.
The practicing of the message itself. Yeah, I
Exactly.
totally get it.
Yes, that's the most important. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we were watching a little bit about this. Beginning, we were reviewing a little bit about Daniel Isis Jew's, debate with Dr. Javad, and now we are, playing. Daniel Isis Jew, yeah, Abraham.
Yeah, I know who Daniel is. He's this apologetics that he likes to have sex with little kids, apparently.
Yes. But I call him Daniel Isis Jew. You know what? Why
Isis Jew.
Yes.
You could call him Daniel Pikachu, like.
No, Pikachu is wrong. Pikachu is wrong. Do you know what does it mean, Hakikachu?
Hakikachu? No, I don't know what it means.
Now, it's a Persian surname. His surname is Persian surname.
Oh, for real? It's like a Persian name.
Yeah, it is. He's originally Iranian. Yes.
So no, we cannot give him a Persian title. That's not right.
No, that's not right. That's why I was going to say. Unfortunately, he's originally Iranian. Okay, but anyway, his surname is the Truth Seeker. Okay, somebody who's seeking the truth. But I say that he's seeking ISIS. That's why I say Daniel Isis Jew. Okay, not Haqiqat Jew. Haqiqat means truth. Okay. So
it's good to know. It's good to know.
Yes, seeking the truth. That's why I cannot call him Haqiqat Jew because it doesn't match him at all. I call him Daniel Isis Jew. Okay. Yes. Anyway, we were watching this. Let me see, what is that?
والأرض والسماء وكل جميع الخلق حقا وتحمد تنزه عن ند وكفء مماثل وعن وصف ذي النقصان جل الموحد ونثبت أخبار الصفات جميعها ونبرأ من تأويل من كان يجحد فليس يطيق العقل.
The Badr Club has officially launched. To become a member, click the
Okay. Yeah, brother. Yeah, unfortunately, there are many of them that they go against Quran. Let me read for you why they go against Quran. 107:1. Yes. Quran chapter 107 verse 1 through 7 says, have you seen the one who denies religion? That is the one who repulses the orphans and does not encourage the feeding of the poor. So woe to those who pray, yet are not mindful of their prayers, those who only show off and refuse to give even the simplest aid. So it is exactly was about such a people, that they are like disbelievers, they are like those who reject the faith, because none of them they spend on the orphans and the needy.
So that
Yes.
that verse sounds familiar. Question: was that verse revealed because of this character? What was his name? Mughira, Walid al-Mughira.
I don't
Was
know.
that him?
No, look, this is not about a person. This is about everybody. Yeah. Such
I
a
know.
verse-
I know. It's
yes, yes.
generalizing.
Yes, generalizing that people that who show off, okay, they just pray and fast, and it is just for showing off, and they live such a luxury life, and they, for example, their car collection is $1 billion, okay. And I said, beginning to Abraham, that it is not just to recite a verse, but to live the way God has asked us, okay. So not
yeah,
just.
I mean,
Mhm.
I know it's generalized, but I could be wrong. But I think the tafsir explains that this verse was revealed because Muhammad was, having a bad experience with this person, which was one of them was as described. Somebody who just wants money, and this Mughira guy. I don't know if you remember or know
Okay,
about Al Mughira,
no, I haven't. No.
that he went with the Quraysh and he wanted money because
Mhm.
they paid him to be from their religion instead of Muhammad.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
that's what the tafsir says. It says it was because of money.
Okay. No, I don't know about the tafsir, but it is a reality generalizing. Everybody who do the
By the way,
same.
Mujid, but you do believe that like passages in the Quran have relevance to the time, right? Like Muhammad would reveal
Yes.
something at a specific time. You agree with
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Some of them were, of course. Yeah, I agree that was for the time and for a reason, but they are for some. Most the message is for every time and everybody, yeah. But there are messages and verses that belong to the past, of course, and I believe that they are abrogated. Okay, we don't need them
So now
today.
that's the big main difference between you and mainstream
Yes.
apologetics. That they accept everything. Everything is for today. So that's the
Yeah,
difference
no,
between you and them.
for the future. but I read some right now. I read some verses of Quran that says about freeing slaves. Okay, so we don't have slaves today. So those verses are not for today. How can they say that? So that's why ISIS people like Daniel ISIS Jew as well. They want to bring back slavery so that they can follow these verses as well. And I believe that sorry, I believe that there will come a time that we do not have poor people. We do not have orphans. Everybody will be taken care of from the society. So many verses like that right now I read that giving to the orphan, taking care of orphans, giving to the poor. These are also for today, okay, when there are such a people. But in the future, that beautiful society that I believe in, that will happen in that society, we will not have poor. Everybody are equal, okay? So everybody are taken care of. Understand? So these verses are for today. Some verses are for the past. And in the future, in that society, for example, tax will not be, there is no tax anymore. Zakat will disappear because people will live for free, okay? They live for free and they work for free as well. no money will be circulated. Yes, Anton, you wanted to say something?
Do I still have a background noise?
Not the, it's okay. First, I have to say hello, Mr. Tree. Welcome, my brother.
Hello, Mr. Tree.
I hear about Moji
Yeah.
rejecting more and more parts of Islam. No, I'm.
You have a particular version of Islam.
No, but look, look.
Oh, you mean communism? Is that
No.
what?
Okay, but I will talk about that. He says about 5 pillars. I say that if there are really, it is Islamic, then Shia and Sunni should have the same pillars of Islam. No, it is different.
Why
That's
Shia
why.
have different pillars?
Yes, they have different pillars of. Then some of them are similar, but some of them are different. So these are
Like
just.
I know that Shia pray 3 times a day. I know that's the difference.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Now,
they pray 3 times a day.
They pray 3 times, I said, but they pray 5 prayers, but 3 times. There are 17 rakats, 17 total. Okay, so they are both the same 17 rakats, but Sunnis do it in 5 different times, Shias doing it in 3 different times. But another thing is that
I get it.
Yeah.
So basically they're doing the 5 prayers, but they're like doing it in 3 different times and not in 5 different times.
Look, I said morning prayer, they all do it the same time before the sunrise. Then, sorry, Zohr and Asr, Sunnis, they do it in different time, but Shias doing it at once. Then Maghrib and Asha also, which is the evening time, Shia doing it at the same time, directly after each other, but Sunnis doing it in different times. Yes, that's the difference.
So
By the way, Muji,
even
do
somebody.
you pray 5 times a day? I'm sorry for cutting you out.
That's okay.
Do you,
Yes.
Do you pray
Yes.
5 times a day?
No, I pray 3 times. Okay.
Oh, so you do it to like the Shia?
Yes, in a sense, yes. But I'm not Shia, of course, yeah. But because
I know.
yes, but because I see that those were for the past. Okay, today people are more busy, and they cannot do it all this time. So it is okay to do it 3 times.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've heard that it's allowed. Like Sunnis are allowed to pray 3 times a day. But but usually you should pray 5 times a day according to what they believe.
Yes, this
Anton
is.
wanted to say something. Well,
Yes, Anton.
Yeah, even somebody in the comments agree with me. And one of the things that you said before is that you don't believe Muhammad performed any miracles. And somebody told me the other day of a miracle that I didn't know about. That there was Muhammad was in some time he was with somebody who had a goat, but the goat was dry. As that's how they described it, because it was not producing any milk. But as he touched the goat produced milk.
These are hadith.
So there's another miracle.
No, these are hadith. These are hadith.
Those are hadith.
Yes, and they are fabricated because they go against Quran. Okay, somebody says that it is my own version. No, I have said it many times that there are many people who have this belief as well. Okay, and I'm not alone. Okay, so you asked Anton about something about communism. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the way you describe it. Like,
No,
how would there not be any people
Money.
who need any more?
Yeah, because I say that first of all, it is not communism. It is communism. If you say it's Marxism, no, it's not that. But it is. If communism is that you say that we share everything with each other, yeah, it can be that one. Yes, but how it can be, it is. I'm writing actually now a book about that. This is how God wants us to live. That's why we pray towards Mecca, because Mecca is the symbol of equality. Okay, there is no rich, there is no poor, Anton, and that's why we prostrate all these things. If you cannot explain for me, okay, if you cannot explain for me, and no Muslim can explain that why we have to dress equal in Mecca, why we have to go to Mecca at all, okay, why we have to prostrate towards Mecca. They say it's God's house. God is everywhere. God is left, right, up, down. Anywhere you turn, God is there. So why we have to do it exactly towards Mecca is because that's the right way. The wrong way is the way we are living today, is the inequality, the world that people have the opportunity to become rich by killing other people, by producing drugs, killing other people, by producing tobaccos, killing other people, by producing weapons, killing other people. So this way is the wrong way. So we have to live in the right way. The right way is where none of these things happens. And when none of these things happens is when money doesn't exist. People don't have any, reason to produce tobaccos, to produce drugs, to produce weapons. People don't have any reason anymore to produce all these things, to sell them. Okay? Yes, Anton, please.
So you mentioned that God is everywhere,
yes.
And there's, however, a part in Quran where it says that to get to God one must ascend, because he's in the, I think it's in the seventh heaven or something like that. And even he says in some verses that there needs to be some stairs. So how do you reconcile those two things? That you just said he's everywhere, but the Quran says that he's up in the seventh heaven.
Okay, I haven't been checking those. I mean, going deep in those verses, but God says that in other verses that another verse that He is closer to you than your jugal vein. Okay, so God is everywhere, and everybody knows. Everybody accept that God is everywhere. He's closer than your jugal vein. Okay, and so he's left, right, up, down. So he's not sitting in a place. He's not. For me, God is not. What is it? A deity or somebody. Yeah. For me, God is the universe, everywhere. God is everything. Is God. Okay. We are inside God. Maybe I can say like that, Anton. So the entire universe, maybe bigger universe, that we are one of the universes inside the bigger God. Okay, so it is very, very difficult. That's why God says that nothing is compared to Him. Okay, so God is not for me a person that's sitting somewhere. Okay, in the seventh heaven, He's sitting on His chair or His throne and looking down. Understand, Anton?
Yeah. So what about the throne that is described to be creaking?
Look, I say that I haven't gone deep in such a things. Okay, many of these verses are metaphor. They are the way that people of the past should, was easy for them to understand. So, but they are not exactly what when other verses says that nothing is comparable to God. Okay, nothing. So it means that you can understand that what is nothing. Nothing is comparable to God. Understand? So you cannot say that God is a person, or God is power, I can say. Okay, it's a great power that has the ability to create the entire universe. Okay, and I think that myself, this is my belief. Okay, either it is this universe that we are living in, or it's a bigger universe, that there are multiple universes in that universe, which is science says that parallel universe, and Quran says 7 heavens. Okay, so call it 7 heavens. So either it is this one or it is the bigger one, but whatever, God is not a material, is not an entity. Okay, Anton?
I see.
Yes. So this is those verses were for people of the past to to understand that God is great. Is everything is His throne, you know, the entire universe. Abraham?
Well, basically, I don't believe that I have anything to to say about that specifically, because that's not something that I was more interested in. I just want to ask you
Yes.
something. I want
Yes,
to ask you
please.
two questions actually. Do you, if Prophet Muhammad was here, what would you tell him face to face if he would
Mhm.
return? All right, that's the first question. And
That's
the
a good
second
question.
that's a good question, right? Because Muslims usually, you know, if you ask them that, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know what to say," and he's like the greatest thing in the world and whatever. So I'm like,
Okay.
I always like to ask that question to Muslims. And I want to ask is, do you believe that he succeeded up till now?
Okay. Yeah, I have to say that first of all, if I see him, yeah, I say that you did a great job, of course, and thank you for this guidance, because you guided me. You gave me a reason for, you know, living. That I understand that why I am created. I'm created because I have to fight for equality. I have to fight for humanity. God created me as animal. I was born like everybody else. I was born like an animal, but with His guidance, I became a human. Maybe not a perfect human, okay, but as much as I can, okay. Human is not a form for me. Human is a way of life for me. The more you sacrifice for your own kind, the better human you are, the more human you are. So, and then yes, what was the second question you said?
Do you believe that up till now the message
All
that
right,
you
okay,
believe
yes,
is
yes.
true? Did it succeed?
If he succeeded,
Yeah, okay. So he succeed a lot, okay. He succeed a lot in this way that, for example, he didn't allow Muslims to bury their daughters alive, which pagans, they were doing it. And even today in 21st century in India, millions of girls are buried alive. Even other parts of the world. Yeah, I just saw a clip in USA. There was a teenager girl. I don't know if she was over 18, and she dumped her newborn baby. Okay, she killed her newborn baby, and she was saying, "No, I wasn't pregnant." So these are things that he succeed to stop among people, and fortunately, those who believe, Muslims, they don't do that. Despite people were doing it in the past, and I say they are doing it even today. Millions of people die from alcohol around the world. It is zero among Muslim. And I made a documentary movie about alcohol, the damage alcohol brings to the society. And I was showing it somewhere, some former alcoholics, Swedish alcoholics, they were watching it, and they said that this is a great thing in Islam that forbid it. So there are many things that Islam succeed, but hasn't reached the goal, the final goal. That's the final goal, which might take hundreds of years or 1,000 years, but we are going towards that. So it will succeed when. Let me tell you one thing, Abraham. One great thing that in Iran, okay, we have different groups fighting the Iranian regime, Marxist and liberals. The only group that could stand against this regime, despite all killing, everything, even USA, UK, Europe, they try to destroy this organization, my organization, to save Iranian regime. Despite that, the only organization that survived all these attacks was a Muslim organization, that they had a guideline, a great guideline, which was Islam and Quran.
A beacon.
What is that?
They have a great beacon, I would say.
Okay, beacon. I don't know what is that. The word I have to.
beacon, like a lighthouse.
Yeah. Okay.
For the
Lighthouse.
ship,
Yeah.
beacon,
Okay. Yeah.
beacon.
Okay. Now I didn't understand. Okay. Okay. A beacon. Yes. Yes. So they are highly educated. My organization. They are all engineers, doctors, and they put religion in in a scientific way, and they followed it in that way. Even Marxists, they are quite revolutionary. They have great, belief, and we see that many countries, like in Latin America, there are Marxists who revolt and they fight, so on. But they couldn't stand against this enormous brutality of this current Iranian regime, and they were totally destroyed, really, totally destroyed. The only one who could stand not only against Iranian regime, against Iraqi government, that they were with Iranian regime, they were also massacring them, and then USA bombed them, UK bombed them, tried to destroy them. Even just few weeks ago in Albania, USA gave them the permission to Albanian government to attack them. So despite all these things, they could stand because this religion give them a great, how do you say it? A great reason
Motivation.
to fight. Motivation, yes, it didn't come. Thank you. A great motivation so that they fight. Okay. For example, the time that anybody who ran away, their motivation was grandson of Prophet Muhammad. His name was Hussein. He had just 72 people, and he should stand against 10,000 people, 10,000 soldiers of Yazid. Okay, and he said that we will get killed definitely, but we will not give up. Okay, so this motivation also gave this organization a lot, that they could also stand in many times. They didn't leave the battle, and they fought against Iranian regime when always was necessarily to fight. Yes, but of course it's not, as I said, it hasn't succeeded 100%, and I'm not expecting it to succeed 100% for now, but it in the future. Abraham?
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. Okay, I have another question. Do you believe that essentially we are all the children of God?
Children, I don't know, how can I say we are creatures of God. Yeah, definitely. But children that he gave us, he's our father. No, I don't think I mean, I don't believe in that. He's not a father, but he is our Lord. Yeah, he is.
No, so by the way, Islamically, you're very consistent, because I asked a different Muslim, do you believe that we're all children of God? And he said, yes, of course. And then I said, doesn't it say in the Quran that God has no children?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're consistent.
No, I mean that it is not the way that you think that children is, like we say, yes, somebody has given birth, but he has created us. We are his creatures, yes, and we are his best creatures on this planet. Okay, but that's what I say, that we are all animals. Okay, because we are not human, because in Quran, human is the best creature, is above all animals. So that's why I say, if human is the best creature, then how can Adolf Hitler be the best creature? Adolf Hitler was a monster. He was, so this is what I say, what Quran meant.
Well, I think the Quran also knows how to address that, because in a sense, like, the Muslims are the good creatures in the main sense, and the mushrikeen, in some sense, they're deluded. And if I'm not misquoting, I think in the Quran it says something about whoever is engulfed under the influence of the devil is forever under his grace.
Yes,
something like that.
Yeah, but the thing is that the story of when he created the mankind, Adam, he asked all the angels to prostrate, to this creature, because he said that I put them above. He didn't talk about mushrikeen or whatever. He was talking about mankind. Okay.
No, I know that, but in the Quran, there's a detailed version of what he's saying there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So this is what I believe, that yes, that human is a way of life. Human is not a form, is not a creature, is not a form. Animal is not a form. When you say, when you say that person is a real animal, or that person is a real human, is the way they are living. That's what you never say, that horse is a real horse. Horse is a horse. Dog is a dog. You cannot say that's a real dog. They are dog, but
No, but essentially we are human. But when you say human, you should use a
no,
more
I
correct
can
word
say
for that.
no. I can say we are man. We are mankind. We are not human. Okay, in Islam.
No, you could say we're not humane, but we are
Yes.
human.
Okay. All right. So whatever.
You understand? Because
Yeah, I
I
understand.
saw different. You had a debate with an atheist.
It was Delahanty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you misused the word, but it's okay, Muji. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you're very intelligent, subhanallah.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Where did he misuse the word?
Yeah, I said that we are not human, so I should say humane. Yes, I should say humane. Okay, we are a creature. If you want to give us a form and name, okay, we are mankind, okay, or humankind. But the word in Islamic term, insan, okay, we are not that humane. Okay, humane is a way of life. Okay, so humane, if you want me to tell you in English, yeah, humane is that creature which is above every other creature, is above even angels, because angels, they do everything God says, but they do it because they are, programmed. They don't do it with free will. We do it with free will. If we do, we go away from our nature. Our nature is selfishness. Okay, that I want everything. I don't care about anyone else. Okay, me, just me, first me. But that's the animal nature. So human is the one who sacrifice, who say, no, now my people are suffering. I have to go and fight for them. Okay, despite I can have a good life, I don't care. Okay, so why should I care about other people? So this one make us humane. Okay, and differ us from animals. That's what we become the best creature of God on this planet if we act like a humane. Okay, we sacrifice. For example, I say Ernesto Che Guevara, despite he was a Marxist, he was one of the greatest humane, and he will be rewarded by God. He will go to the heaven. According Quran and our understanding of Islam, he will be rewarded because he was among the most righteous people, as chapter 49, verse 13, I think it says. Yeah.
And what do you think about Rothschild?
About what?
Rothschild family.
Are they the rich ones?
Yeah, they're like they're a Jewish family. They're in control of the World Bank reserves, meaning like if you take a loan, then you're literally loaning from a family, a country, like a whole country loans from one family.
Okay, so what I mean,
maybe you heard of them. I don't know.
No, I haven't heard.
Yeah, they are Jewish, and they
Rockefeller.
No,
well,
Rockefeller is a different
and there's
one.
Rothschild as well. Rockefeller is also a big one, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's two different ones. One
Yeah,
is
I know.
Rothschild.
Yes.
And
Yes,
these are Jews.
Yeah, what I say is that it doesn't matter what they believe in. I said that even that Muslim guy whose car is $1 billion, the car collection is $1 billion. These are not, the best creatures of God. They are the worst creatures, because God said in chapter 107, chapter 107, verse 1 through 7, God was putting them in the same category, those who reject God's commands and those who show off, okay? And they don't take care of the orphans, they rob people and so on. So chapter 49, verse 13, O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. indeed the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most, actually here it's written righteous of you, but in Arabic is the one with the most taqwa. Taqwa, I render it as sacrification, the one who sacrificed. Okay,
Wait, you mean dawah? Sorry, not dawah. What is it called?
Taqwa.
No, it's with the T. With the T in,
Yes.
not the
Dawah?
D.
Taqwa.
Taqwa.
Can
Yes.
you write it in the chat?
Yes. Look, if you go to chapter 49, verse 13, let me find it in Arabic, and then I show you here which word is that. So, Quran 16. Okay. All right. No, it is not. Sorry, everybody. It came 16. What happened? 49. Sorry.
What are you reading?
I'm finding that verse because I want to show you in Arabic verse. Okay, the Arabic part I show you. Where is it now? Okay, yes. Then I will show which part. Abraham, you can read a little bit Arabic or?
No. I mean, I can hear Arabic and then kind of remember the words, but not read Arabic.
Okay, so let me see. Do you see it? Yeah. Do you see the verse?
On the screen, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't see nothing.
I remember Surah Saba.
No, you see
it's
that
about the Queen of Saba.
Oh, what happened?
But verse 13, I don't know what it says. I want to learn Arabic, but no.
Inshallah, brother, inshallah. It's a hard language, by the way. And I speak Hebrew, and I'm telling you that.
By the way, I have been told that the Arabic for the Quran didn't have all those, what do you call them? The dots. What are they called? They must have a name, but it's missing all the dots, or most of the dots?
There was no any dots, no.
By the way, it was the first book that was written in Arabic.
Sorry?
Say again?
The Quran is the first book
ever
that was written in Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was the first one. I really don't think.
It might not be the first story that they have written down, but it was. I think it's the first one that was collected into one book. I believe so, because before Islam, the tribes around all of their culture was around verbal, and they didn't document too much of their own beliefs and behaviors. Muhammad was the first one who engaged in that, who told his followers to write down what he's saying and whatever.
Yeah. They didn't have this. Most of them were illiterate. Okay. So anyway, Abraham, it was taqwa. Okay. Taqwa is some people render it as righteous, but I render it as sacrification, the one who sacrificed most for others. Okay.
The way I wrote it in the chat. Taqwa.
Let me write it in the chat like this. Taqwa, okay, something like that. But in Arabic is of course it's different. It's not. But anyway, taqwa is for me is I render it as sacrification. That the one who sacrificed most, and it doesn't have to be a Muslim, anybody who sacrificed most is the best in the sight of Allah. So this is when we are differed from animals, because animals, they don't sacrifice for each other. They are selfish. And yes, those people who are selfish, they are also a bunch of animals. So we have to go away, far away from our nature. The further we go from our nature, the better we are in the sight of God. Okay, the sacrifice we make. Okay, for example, I've said many times, I could just easily say that I don't care, it's not my problem. I'm now in Sweden living, have a good life. So I would go back to Iran. I'm not going to participate in any demonstration, anything, any activities against the Iranian regime. Yeah, but I didn't say that. And I sacrificed this privilege of visiting my country, visiting my family. I miss it very much. Now, more than 36 years, I haven't visited my country. Abraham?
The Great Persian.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would love to see, but I would love to see a free Iran. Yeah. Anton?
Yeah, of course. But what do you think about about Afghanistan and Iran right now?
Yeah, what do you think about them?
What Afghanistan and Iran? What's happening? What do you mean that?
I think there's like this incursion starting up in the border between them. It's about this water. Water resources.
Okay. I don't know actually. But the regime is not, Iranian regime is not going to engage in a conflict there because the regime has a lot of problem. So I'm 100% sure that they are not going to start any war or anything. Okay. It is just some words exchange and so on. But they are not going to start a war because they are very vulnerable and they don't want to start anything. Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
Anton, any question?
I had other questions, but they are unrelated.
All right. Okay. So you can ask, maybe you can ask if you want.
Yeah. Have you, do you know what the Magi are like? You know the Magi, right? They are Persians, but I think they are mostly extinct by now. I'm not sure.
Magi, I don't know.
The Magi, the Persians, the Magi, M-I.
Well, I know in Iran you have Azerim, right, from Azerbaijan.
Yes, Azerbaijan.
Arabs from the Ahwaz.
Kurds. Okay.
And Persians as well.
Yes, and then we have in the east we have Baluchis, which they are.
Baluchis, yeah.
Yes, they are kind of Pakistanis a little bit. Their appearance and
they're mixed. They're mixed Pakistani and Persian.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, Anton, what are they? Magi.
The Persians, they are like
Zoroastrian. It's a belief.
I think they are Zoroastrian.
Yes, Zoroastrian. Okay, Zoroastrian. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Do you know about that? And do you think it has similarities to Islam, like how they had a prophet as well? And
okay, yes, I believe that Zarathustra was a prophet of God because he has everything that make him because he believed in one God. He had a book, he had a guidance teaching people three major things: good words, good thoughts, and good deeds. And he believed in hell and heaven. All right, and he believed the end will come, the hour. So everything that a prophet of God, Abrahamic religion needs, he had. Okay, so but he was.
Did he believe in Abraham?
But he was 5,000 years ago. I think he was before Abraham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was long before 5,000 years ago.
But,
going back
but does he believe in the flood or something like that?
Those are also no. I said those were I think after him. Okay, after because those things go back to 4,000 years ago, 4,500 years ago, I mean, something like that. But it is not in their religion anything about that, those events. I don't know. It is maybe 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago. We don't know exactly, but it's over 5,000 years ago. So, but anyway, everything is not about that believing in all those things. It's about believing in the end, believing in, one God, believing in hell and heaven, all right? And having a book, having a guidance, all these things, they make him a prophet. Some Muslims maybe don't believe that he was a prophet of God, but I believe that he was a prophet of God, okay?
Sorry, I gotta take care of something. They're knocking at
All
the
right,
door.
then it's okay, guys. Maybe we can wrap it up now and see you guys next week, brothers, okay? Abraham?
Yeah, no problem, bro.
Yes, because Anton also is busy, and then we are almost reaching the 3 hours. So
3 hours, yeah.
yes. Dramatic Mark, it's called, okay. I don't know, somebody, Brianna.
If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm.
Yes, thank you. Yes, if you haven't subscribed, thank you. Do it, because it will help us to grow and fight the extremists. Let's fight for a more peaceful world, a better world. And next week, maybe we can more talk about the Satan, Abraham, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I would love to talk about that. But anyway, I'm writing a book about that, Abraham. Let's see.
We'll put it on Amazon and we'll order.
Yes. I'm just beginning, okay? Let's see how long it will become. I'm putting everything and all arguments, inshallah, to put it there so that people
That's
read
on
it.
you, Muji.
Yes. Okay. Take care, my brother. See you next week, inshallah. Okay.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
Muji.
Okay.
Muji,
Thank you.
inshallah.
Salam, inshallah. Salaam alaikum. Salaam alaikum, my brothers and
Assalam
sisters.
wa
Yes.
rahmatullah.
Yeah. Rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Thank you, my brother. Take care.